Hi, my name's Veronica Watkins, and I'm excited to be participating in the Workhouse Arts Center's 10th Annual Clay International Juried Exhibition this year. So I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about my work and my inspiration and maybe my technique, and talk to you about the piece that I'm sending for the exhibition this year. So I am an assistant professor at Northwest Missouri State, but I also have my own studio practice. And I'm here in my office today, but I haven't been here for a while because of the sort of uncertain times that we're living in. So I moved my studio practice back home for a bit. I do work within the genre of functional and utilitarian pottery, or the history of that. I'm really excited to work that way because I always have ideas that springboard off of one another, and I address it really from a sort of a design point of view in a very formal way of thinking. And so because I grew up in the Midwest, I actually grew up in Kansas City, the architecture of the city and also the colors of the rural landscape have really inspired me, and I think that you can see that in my work. I also work with a lot of contrast, so like warm and cool color contrast or value contrast or contrasts in sizes of shapes and edges, but also interested in human interactions and that pottery can facilitate rituals, and there's an intimacy with the tactile experience that we have with pottery that's different with other sort of genres or art forms. And that pottery doesn't just exist in a gallery or a museum type of setting, but that it comes into our hands and our homes, which are really intimate spaces. So this is the piece that I'll be sending to the exhibition. It's kind of a larger bowl or basin shape. And I actually start pretty much all of my work on the wheel. It's a kind of a quick way for me to flesh out a form. But then I introduce a lot of altering processes to make that round form have angles or structure. So it still retains sort of a soft curve. And so again, there's that contrast or opposition of angular shapes versus sort of these soft curved shapes. So there's, both of those aspects to the form. And I remember as a student reading the book that Bernard Leach wrote, and it talked about angles for strength, curves for beauty, and that was a big impact on the way I think about design and form and how surface and form sort of can speak to each other or work back and forth. Inside and outside are also really important to me, and I enjoy how a shape kind of wraps around and pulls your eye inside and outside. So these are all sort of formal things that I think about in making my work, and that it's important for me or to me that this ends up in a space or in the hands of somebody that will interact with it. And so every mark that I make, every scrape, is a record of a time and a place where I was and making those decisions. And so then this goes into the hands of someone else. And so there's that connection. And so through firing clay and making it permanent, that's a record that potentially can last a long, long time. And so there's that aspect of the piece being a document. And so those are things that kind of are interesting to me, keep me inspired, and keep me wanting to make work. So I hope you enjoy the exhibition. I would encourage everyone to go to www.workhousearts.org for more information and to see the exhibition if you're not able to see it in person. Have a good day.